Hello, everyone. Can you guys hear me? Can you all hear me? Hello?
Yes.
Hi,
Hi.
Catherine.
Hi, Jay.
Hello, Vinya, Wilson, Damien. Hi, Jesh. Hi, Jenna. How are
Hello.
you? Hello, Herman. Nice to see you. Your audio is working today? Still not working. Okay. Good morning, Ileana. All right. So everyone, can you see me? Can you hear me? Everything working properly? Hello? Hello?
Hey, I can hear you.
I know people are not speaking, so difficult to understand. Hi. Okay, so today we are live streaming also. So I don't know, there'll be a lot of, and it's the first time. So we're trying it out. We tested it out once. So, okay. All right, Herman. So we'll do a lot of Bazi today. And thank you for being here. Thank you for giving me your time. So we'll wait some time for other people to join in. If they're joining in or if they're joining in live, I have no clue. 1 second, let me figure it out. So how have you been, Catherine?
I'm good. I've been good.
Okay. So it's nice to see that everyone's doing well. Just a second, people are still joining in. So we just wait for a couple of minutes before we start. 1 second, I'm supposed to start something here. I don't know if it has started here. It's very confusing
I'm trying to get full screen. Oh, here it is.
Okay.
Hi, everyone.
Hello, Shubrata.
Hi.
Hello, Robert. Yeah, today we are live streaming everywhere. So it's kind of crazy because I'm trying to get the softwares working together. All right. Hello, Robert. So where are you guys from? I know Catherine is from US, Robert's from Croatia, Herman's from Shanghai, France, US, Vinya, Mira, Sophia, Chen. I think you all are first timers here. Where are you from? And could you just on your video so that I can see you? There's only a couple of you I can see. Jenna is from Australia. Yes, I know that, Jenna. I remember. You've attended my event before. Vinya, you're from UAE? Okay. Sophia, where are you from? Hi, Robert. Sophia, James, Chen. Oh, yes, I do have a good memory, Jenna. Cynthia, Lian. Where are you guys from? Where are you guys from? You can on your camera. Sophia, you're from Singapore. Lian, you're from Singapore. Cynthia, you also from Singapore. Wow, lots of people from Singapore. Okay. So, are you guys excited to be here today? I see lots of ladies.
Yeah.
And I see a couple of men. Okay. So today we are starting something called the Ladies Bazi series. Okay, 1 second. 1 second. So today we are going to be doing a Ladies Bazi series. And how many of you have read the Ladies Bazi book? Have you all read that particular book? Understanding a Lady's Life? Or Knowing a Lady's Life? Or it's also known as the Lady's Life Classic. So has anyone read the book? No? No? Okay. Nobody? All right. So basically in the ladies' Bazi book, the ladies are defined in 8 categories only. Yeah. Is that fair or unfair? Type of 1 if you think it's fair, type of 0 if you think it's unfair. It's unfair, right? Yeah, I wrote an email yesterday. I mean, come on, there are 10 stems, 10 gods, and ladies just have 8 categories. That's unfair. Simply put, unfair, right? Okay, so let's wait. Liz says 0, 0, 0. Everyone says 0. No one said it's fair. Okay. Yes, it's unfair. Anyways, so let's wait 2 more minutes before we start. So how many of you have studied Bazi before? Okay, I'm just launching a poll. Just answer the poll, because that will let me know what kind of what's your background in Bazi. Okay, just everyone answer the poll. Okay, so 67% have attended a few courses. Oh, 71%. All right. So most of you know Bazi as far as I understand, right? Yes, most of you know Bazi and most of you have studied Bazi. Okay, yeah, I've read a few books, no courses, and absolutely new. There's only one person who's absolutely new. Okay. All right, we shall try to accommodate you, whoever you are. Oh, who's absolutely new? Can you just write on the chat? Yeah, can you just write in the chat who's new? Okay, right. So I think we've waited enough and we can start. 1 second.
Isn't Richard around?
I think he's not coming today. I don't know. Wait. How many of you have attended an event of mine prior to this? Just type a 1 if you've attended any event of mine prior to this. Type a 1. Okay. Okay, Cynthia, you're the first time? Okay. All right, people seem to be either sleepy or they don't want to move their fingers. Come on, guys, move your fingers. Move your fingers. There are people who are woken up early in the morning to be here. Some of you, it's early in the morning for you, right? Okay, so let's start. 1 second. 1 second, 1 second. I'm looking for my file. Shubrata, are you around? Oh, okay. Yeah, I can find it.
Yeah, what happened?
Yeah, nothing. All right. So I just made you a co-host. Okay, so this is where we share screen. So everybody can see my screen? Type a 1 if you can. Type a 0 if you cannot. Yeah, can you see my screen? Okay. Just a second. So today we are starting Career Roulette or a Bazi, Ladies Bazi series. And today the topic for the Ladies Bazi series is Career Roulette. Why did I name it Career Roulette? Because you see, ladies have much more options than men. All right. Men have fewer options. Most men would like to be an entrepreneur or a job holder or a freelancer or maybe, even a business owner. But women, we have an additional sphere where we can look into, and that's a homemaker. Now, lots of people look down on homemaker, or I don't want to be a homemaker, but hey, come on. Even homemakers have to deal with a lot of problems, have to manage their home, have to do a lot of things which a CEO would generally do in a company. Okay, so I generally call homemakers the CEOs of the family. Okay, how many agree with that? Aren't the homemakers the CEOs of the family? Type a 2 this time. Type a 2. Type a 2. Yeah, the CEOs of the family or the house is a homemaker, is the person who's looking after the home. Yes. Yeah, see? So we need similar stars. When we're looking at homemakers, we need similar stars, which is similar to a CEO, but at a different palace. Okay. So for those of you who are new, let me introduce myself. I am Jayashree, and before I get into my introduction, I would like to say that there'll be some giveaway at the end of the program. You'll get 10 books. There's 10 ebooks to give away. There's Feng Shui personal date selection. That is, if you leave us a review, you get this. Okay. Then let me introduce myself. This is me in several consultations over a period of time. Land selection, property selection, construction, retail shop, again, property selection, land selection, and of course, construction, land selection. So I do consults in Feng Shui, Bazi, Qigong, Zeri, and I Ching. And I've been in this field since 2000. That's when my journey started. This is me teaching several classes, different classes. There's Align, there's Feng Shui date selection. Then there is Feng Shui, and then there is Qigong. I think this is Qigong that was done in Align. And of course, date selection itself. So I teach various topics like Feng Shui, Bazi, Qigong, Zeri, and I Ching. Okay. Now I've hosted several events as along with my team and I have hosted several events. These are a couple of photographs from the events. I think this was one of our first event together as a team. This is Align 2022. We are going to be hosting Align 2023 and probably be announcing it next week. So coming back to Ladies Bazi series, as I figured out, none of you have read the book. And probably none of you have been aware of that the book existed also. And in the book, it's mostly about, since it was written somewhere in the Qing and Ming dynasty, the book is all about how ladies should be so that they can be married off and have children and, follow the husband around. Times have changed. Do you agree times have changed? In the 21st century, the lady is just not limited to being a perfect wife, right? Type of 1 if you agree. We are not limited to just being the perfect wife, is what I'm saying. Ladies are not just limited to that. Yeah, ladies have outgrown just the wife aspect or, the childbearing aspect. Only 4 people agree with me that ladies are not limited to, being the perfect wife. The rest, I think, disagree. Yeah. So type of 1 if you agree that ladies are not limited to just being the perfect wife. In fact, sometimes they are also the breadwinner of the family nowadays. The tables have turned, things have changed. Yeah, now women power, things have changed and the tables have turned. So today we'll be looking into the Bazi aspect of whether a lady should be the homemaker, the entrepreneur, the job, or freelancer. To do so, first, let's check out that what is Bazi? You have to understand that Bazi is a study of need versus want. Now, when I say need versus want, it basically means, since all of you have studied Bazi, you all must be knowing about the useful God. Do you all know about the useful God? Type of 1 if you do. So if you know about the useful God, then that's what the chart needs. All right. And if you don't know about the useful God, then you are just right now, just understand that the chart needs a balancing element, and that's the useful God. All right, that balances the chart. And the want is, of course, what the person wants. So therefore, Bazi is a study, or you have to balance the need and the want. In the sense, the chart might need something, okay, which will balance out the chart, but the person doesn't want that. The person wants something else. So then how do you bring in both together and balance the chart out so the person gets what they want, and at the same time, you're able to give the person what they need. So therefore, Bazi is a study of need versus want. All right. So the 8 categories of ladies' life in the Qing and Ming dynasty was pure. Of course, that was the perfect wife or the childbearing woman. And then there was the harmonious, which were the charts which have good relationships. Then there's the clear and the noble. Okay. And then we have 4 bad ones, which is confused, lascivious, flirty, and licentious, which is, I think, promiscuous and all those things, people, ladies who are prone to having affairs. But now we know better. All right. I think all this, the 8 categories were defined by men and they couldn't find anything else. So they put it in 8 categories, 4 which are good, 4 which are not so great. So these would be the ladies. These guys would be the guys who would never get married. Okay. The astrologer would never choose these charts as a person to get married with. Okay. These were the one who always got married. Okay. So imagine how many people would have rushed to have these kind of charts and avoided these kind of charts. All right. This one confused is a lot of IR and EG. Do you all know what IR and EG is? There's only one person who doesn't, who's absolutely new. So basically, indirect resource and eating God. This one is 7 killings and IW. All right. This one is in friend, 7K, lots of PBS stars. This one also lots of PBS stars with 7K plus DO. So there's a confusion here. Even confusion here is 7K plus DO. That's how they define the charts. So can you see, like most of the time, even HO is counted here. Most of the time you'll see 7 killings, indirect resource, EG, IW. Again, you have HO, PBS. These were the guys who were not counted as good. All right. These ones were, of course, the DO, DWs, DRs, okay, EG. These were much more better during that time. They were counted as good charts. All right. And the other ones were counted as bad charts. Okay. So those were the 8 categories. Now, how many of you feel even worse after knowing that only 4 were counted as good and 4 were deemed bad? How many of you feel good about it? Or bad, even worse, confused? Yes. Yes. Most of them, 4 were counted as bad and 4 were counted as good. Okay. And imagine, firstly, 8 categories, out of which 4 unusable and only 4 were deemed good. So imagine the amount of people who must have rushed in to get the best charts. And if they didn't have the best chart, what kind of problems they might have gone through. PBS is Peach Blossom Shah Lily. Lian, I don't know, I didn't get your name. 1 second. I think it's Lian. PBS is Peach Blossom Shah. Okay. All right. So then we go to the next slide. 1 second. So in the 21st century, we add 4 more new categories in ladies' life. All right. The new categories are the homemaker, the job holder, the entrepreneur, and the freelancer. So let's understand what these people do. Now, a homemaker is responsible for managing the house, maintaining the house, budgeting, purchasing, cleaning, raising children, caring for the family. A job holder works for an organization or person, is a salaried person, like basically has a regular income, very low risk appetite, follows the rules, role dependent in the sense like they might be doing different kinds of roles. It could be marketing, accounting, they could be the manager, they could be in customer service, they could be in sales, IT, HR, depending on where they are working, what kind of firm they're working in, what kind of organization they are working in. Now, entrepreneur is somebody who has exclusive ideas. All right. The ideas are unique. It's a new venture, is a market leader, and is a market creator. Okay. And has high risk appetite, is unconventional, needs employees, and has to have connections. If he or she doesn't if she doesn't have connections, then it will be difficult for them to grow their business. The difference between an entrepreneur and a business owner is here the entrepreneur is a market leader, the business owner is a market player. Okay, that's a difference over there. Here, the entrepreneur, it's like a virgin territory. So it's a market creator in the sense they create a new market for themselves. Business owners, they already have a market which is ready and they're working or they're doing business in that particular market. So the difference is entrepreneur and business owner, that's the difference. Yeah, so the stars differ a bit between a business owner and a entrepreneur. Just a second, 1 second. And then the freelancer is someone who exchanges time for money, generally works contractual or project-based work. It's not like they don't work for just one person. They could be working for several people at the same time, or they could be going project to project, contract to contract, depending on what they need, how they work, all right, depending on how they work. And they need to have specialized skills. Now, a job holder might not be having specialized skills. If she does, it's better. An entrepreneur also might not be having specialized skills. If she does, it's better. However, a freelancer needs specialized skills because if you don't have specialized skills, you will not know what to sell, right? Because a freelancer is exchanging time for money, right? Exchanging their time and their skills or their mastery over a particular skill, and they're getting money paid in return. All right. Freelancer is again low risk. Freelancer again requires connections. Why is it important to understand or look at a particular job role in this way? Because it means that we know what is required. What are the stars that will be required for a homemaker, for a job holder, for an entrepreneur, or for a freelancer? All right. So now let's move into the Bazi chart components. And most of you know what the Bazi chart means, all right? Like we have the year pillar here, then we have the month pillar, the day pillar, and the hour pillar. Do all of you have your charts? Do all of you have your charts? Type of 1 if you don't. Type of 1 if you don't. Yeah, because you need your chart. All right. Seems like everyone has. So we will be looking into this section most of the time for work. This is the section we'll be looking at, the month and the year. All right. When I say stems, you look in this row. When I say year stem, it means here. When I say month stem, it means here. When I say month branch, it is here. Year branch, it is here. All right. Day branch, of course, is here. And hour branch is here. Our branch and our stem. All right. So basically, I'll be making references to these because it differs. All right. If you have it in the hour, if you have that star in the hour, the meaning is different. If you have it in the year, it's different. If you have it in the month, it's different. If you have it in the stems, it's different. If you have it in the branches, it's different. We are not getting into this at all. We are not interested in the hidden stems today. Only for today, we are not interested in the hidden stems. All right. So we have the external life, which is the month and the year. And we have the internal life, the day and the hour. Okay, external life is visible to others. Internal life is generally not visible to others. All right. So next one is the year is the social pillar. So this is basically when anybody meets you for the first time. All right. When anybody meets you for the first time, this is what they will see. Any stranger, any person who meets you for the first time. All right. Then when they know you a little better, it comes here. All right. Then they know you even little better, it comes here. They work with you for some time, then they know this. They become your friend, enter your house, then they know this. All right. Then they know you even better, like they are hanging around with you and you have picnics together and you have go to movies together and like they're family friends. Then they get to know you here. All right. This is rare. This you will share with only people you know very well, or your consultant, of course, and maybe your very close friends, your spouse. This is what you'll share with them. Okay, because generally people don't share this pillar. Generally, people don't share very openly. They take time to share. Okay, but the first time you meet anybody, that's your grocery store owner, could be your coffee guy, could be your, somebody you meet just like that, you're introduced in a party. This is what is visible to everyone. So whatever star is located here is important because that's what everyone sees when they meet you for the first time. Okay, so what do you have? Which stem do you have in your year stem? Type it in. I have a bad wife chart. Okay, Jenna, doesn't matter. Doesn't matter. It's okay. We'll look into it. All right. Don't beat yourself up that it's a bad wife or a good wife. Don't beat yourself up on that. All right. Okay, only one person replied. Sin metal. What do you have in your year stem? Come on, look at your chart. Get proactive. Get proactive. What do you have in your chart? Year stem. Run water, sin metal, and din fire, yang wood, yin wood, yang earth. All right. So you all are replying in elements. What you need to do is look at the 10 god. Which 10 god is it? EG. Okay. DW. Okay. DW. Sophia is also DW. Which 10 god is it? EG, 7K, DR, 7K, 7K, 7K. All the 7Ks. Yeah. Okay. So people must be like, why do I have 7K everywhere? Okay. 1 second. 1 second. All right. So 7K doesn't mean it's bad. Yeah. 7K doesn't mean it's bad. A lot of people think having 7K is bad. It's not. So a lot of you have DREG. Now DREG, since you all have DREG, DW, they generally seem nice people. 7K seems a little rough, but that doesn't mean you're rough. Yeah, that's just the first appearance. That's just how people see you for the first time when they meet you. Okay, that's the first interaction. When people have with you, that's what they'll see. Then we are going to look for the stars here and here for job holders and entrepreneurs and freelancers. For homemakers, the stars will be here. Okay. Now, some of you could have it in the LP. Okay. The star could be in the stem or the branch in the LP. So does that count? In a way, yes. In a way, yes. But only if the stars here are conducive. Okay, we'll get into that shortly. Only if the stars here are conducive, then we look into that as well. So in your chart, this is where we'll be paying attention. The 10 aspects or the 10 profiles and the stem and the branch. Okay, we're not getting into the hidden stems. I already said that prior to when we started off. We're not getting into the hidden stems. We're just getting into the stem and the branch and the 10 gods. So far, so good? Everyone on the same page? Did you say hidden stem? Yes, we are not looking into the hidden stem right now. Catherine. Okay, we're just doing the branches and the stems because this is about entrepreneurship, homemaker, who are homemakers, who are entrepreneurs, those kinds, right? So for a homemaker, like I said, they manage the house, they do meal planning, maintenance, budgeting, purchasing, cleaning, raising children, and caring for the family. So the homemakers require DW, DO or 7K, EG or HO, and friend. Okay. Doesn't mean all have to be present. Doesn't mean all have to be present. And just because you're a homemaker also doesn't mean you cannot be an entrepreneur or a business owner or a freelancer or a job holder. Okay. Because for homemaker, what is important? Everyone got this? DW, DO, or 7K? DO or 7K, yeah, not DO and 7K. Eating God or hurting officer, preferably eating God, yeah, and friend. All right. So where do we look? We look at the day and hour. Okay. You should not have hurting officer or eating God in day or direct resource or indirect resource in the hour. Okay. So how many of you have these in your day and or hour? Modern woman has to do many jobs today. Yes, they do, Melanie. Loads. Cook, clean, work. So how many of you have this? How many of you have a DW or a DO or a 7K or EGHO or a friend in your day or our day branch, our STEM? How many of you have that? Okay, no one has? Look in your our STEM and branch and look in your day branch. Do you have DW, DO or 7K, friend or hurting officer or eating God? Friend in day. Okay, that's good. How many of you have that? Still looking, not finding? Still looking, not finding, or not looking at all? Come on, DW. Some of you have DW that I know. DW and friend. Okay. DW in hour. All right. DW, you see DW, none of those in the hour STEM. Okay. Day branch also, Catherine. You have to look into the day branch also. Okay. So you have to look into, Shubhata, there's someone who's just joined, unable to, I think, missed it or something. Just help her out. All right. So
Yeah.
basically,
Who wants help?
just read the chat. There's somebody who said they've just joined. Basically, what you need to do is find DW, DO or 7K, EG or HO or friend in your day branch or your hour branch and our STEM. Okay. RWHO, Vinya. Okay. See, DW, why DW? How many know what DW mean? Okay. If anyone needs help, you can direct message Shubrata.
That's me talking.
Yeah. You can message Shubrata directly. Yeah. DW means direct wealth, but it also means what? What are the qualities of direct wealth? What are the qualities of direct wealth? Just look into the homemaker here. Look into this. Look at these qualities. Yeah. This one is DW. This one is also DW. This one is DO. Yeah. DO 7K, whichever. This one is also DO 7K. This one is also DO 7K. All right. Raising children, caring for family, cooking food, meal planning is there, but cooking food is ET or HO because you need to be creative. You cannot just dump the same burger every day on the table. Yeah. You need to get creative while you're cooking. Agreed or not? Yeah. Managerial skills, management, that's mostly DO. That's mostly DO. Okay. I only have 7K in hidden STEM. That also works. That also works. Yeah, because that means DO 7K here. Meal planning DO 7K, maintenance DO 7K. Any emergency, yeah, any emergency 7K or DO. Children emergency, spouse emergency, some kind of family emergency, DO 7K. DW is generally budgeting, purchasing, maintenance to a limit. Yeah. So same qualities. You see, what you use in your career is the same qualities which will come and work for you in the house also. Only thing is that you have to look for it in your hour and day. Okay, why? Because you remember I shared with you that the hour and the day represents your internal life. Yeah, the day represents your house. Okay, and the hour and the day together is internal life. So therefore, you'll have to look at your hour and day to see what are the stars available there. So if you do have these stars over there, then it means that you can be a homemaker or you are already managing your home. All right, you're already managing your home. However, we do not like rob wealth. We do not like rob wealth. Rob wealth basically indicates spending too much money. Yeah, spending too much money. So rob wealth is not much desirable. However, other stars are quite desirable. Okay. Have all in hidden stem except for EG and 7K. Okay. So you have HO, DO, friend, and DW. Okay. Friend is actually useful when you're entertaining people in the house. Yeah. When you're entertaining people. Friend is also useful to keep communications open with the family. Isn't it necessary to be talking with your family? Right? Somebody has to talk, right? Somebody has to organize, somebody has to connect your family together. So friend is good for keeping the family together. Okay. Hello. Somebody, you need to mute yourself. Just mute yourself. Yeah. All right. So next thing we come to, sadly, there are no homemaker charts that I could find because nobody appreciates, there's no top 10 homemakers. Okay. If you Google, you'll get top 10 CEOs or you'll get top 10, entrepreneurs, but homemakers you cannot get. So entrepreneur, who is an entrepreneur? Somebody who has new ideas, new venture, market leader, market creator, high risk appetite, unconventional, needs employees, and has connections. So basically, the stars required to be an entrepreneur is IW, 7K, IR, RW, and HO. Okay. Now, the reason why you need all these stars are also given. IW is good for funding and creativity. Okay, IW people are creative, depending on which IW they are. We are not getting into so many details today, but we're just doing a basic thing of checking out if you can be an entrepreneur, a job holder, a homemaker, whoever you can be. All right. Then there is 7K, which indicates risk appetite. You see, you have to, the person needs high risk appetite to be an entrepreneur. Then there's IR. Why? Because it gives you the vision. IR people, they have the tendency, they can see the future. Okay, and they have a tendency to work backwards. In the sense, they'll see the end goal first, and then they will come back to the present situation and produce a product which serves the purpose of that end goal. And then rob wealth and wealth, this is connections and leverage. All right, leverage in the sense, rob wealth and friend both have the ability to recognize people talent or people skills. They have the ability to put the right people in the right job. They know how to talk to people, they know how to connect with people, and they know how to leverage people, all their connections. All right. And hurting officer is required for persuasion. If you are an entrepreneur and you need funding, you have to have the ability to persuade the people to give you the money. IR also can collect funds. Yeah, IR is also good in collecting funds or getting funds for their business. But hurting officer is required to make that persuasive sales or that persuasive talk that is needed. All right. So everyone, you've taken a screenshot of this. Anyone wants to take a screenshot, you can take so. You can do so right now if you want a screenshot. Yes. How about DR and R STEM for a housewife? We'll get to you. Hello, Fabio. We'll get to you. We'll get to you. During Q&A, we'll talk about all this. All right. So this one is Sarah Blakely. How many of you have heard of Spanx? How many of you have heard of Spanx? No? Yes? Yes? Jenna, yes? Only one person? Come on. Yes, yes, yes. Okay. All right. Come. Only 3 people have heard of Spanx. Melanie, yes. People from US should know Spanx. I mean, people all over the world should know Spanx, yeah, but okay. So this is a lady who created it's an underwear company. Let's just call it that. All right. And she started off in 2000. Yeah. She visited, I think, somewhere around 12 or 15 hosiery mills before she could design or before she could make her first prototype. Yeah. She couldn't even get her first prototype ready because no one was ready to invest that much money into her or give her that time. They thought she will not work out. And then when she got her first prototype out, she invested her, I think she had somewhere around $5,000 in the bank. And that's what she invested to make a couple of samples. And she went from shop to shop, shop to shop. In fact, there's a marketing meeting she hosted with one of the firms, sales guys, and she demonstrated the product by wearing it herself. That was way back in 2000. Today, her net worth is 1.3 billion just from underwear. Okay, just from underwear, women underwear. Yeah, and this one's a woman entrepreneur. Okay, now remember what we said. What do we need? Look at the chart back. We look at the chart. Rob Wealth, 7K, IW, HO, friend, IR. All right, these are the stars we are looking for. Now, when you look at Sarah Blakely's chart, you will see IR definitely, Rob Wealth, HO, 7K. Do you see that? Do you see the 7K here? If you, in your chart, you will look at the last one, yeah, RW. Then you see there's an IR here. Okay, so this is an entrepreneur's chart. You see the IR, the vision. Vision is here. RW, the connections and the leverage, knowing how to utilize people. The HO, obviously the creative side. And the 7K, which made her bet her last $5,000, which she took as a risk. And today she's worth 1.3 billion. Is that cool or not? Is that good or not? I have same day stem and branch as her. All right, Jenna, if not 1.3 billion, we should try to make you a multimillionaire, yeah? Yeah. Okay. Good plan. Yes. Good plan. Because you're sitting on a 7K. And not only that, you are also sitting on your, if you attended my Transform Your Life event, which was a free event, 1 second. She's also sitting on this. 1 second, yeah. 1 second. Let me just clear this. She's also sitting on this IW. Yeah, this is Que IW. And there is DW over here. How many of you remember that class where I shared, this is the graveyard of her wealth? This is her graveyard of her wealth. And this is the growth of her wealth. Okay, this is the growth, this is the graveyard. So she does have the wealth stars, even though they're not prominently in front. Yeah, this is the growth, this is the graveyard. She has both of them. If you recollect, I don't know if you all were there for my Transform Your Life where I did wealth accumulation lesson. This is what I talked about over there. So she has both of them. And Jenna, if you do have this and you're not doing anything, work or anything, it's time you started, yeah? Because you're just letting it go to waste. Okay, now next one. How many of you have heard of the product Huda Beauty? Huda Beauty. She became famous because of Kim Kardashian. Kim Kardashian said that her eyelashes were the product or the eyelashes to be used, and her product just went whoosh, up. All right. And as of 2020, her net worth is $550 million. And her name is Huda Katan. I hope I got it right. So I don't know if you all have heard of the brand. Yeah. Have you all heard of the brand Huda Beauty? Yes. Jenna has heard. Anyone else who has heard of Huda Beauty? No? Okay. You all watch Kim Kardashian show? Yes? No? No. Okay. All right. No issues. But this one is another lady. And she did this in 2013 when she was in this luck pillar. Okay. Now, when you see IR, again, you see IR, the main chi. Yeah, the main chi is IR. Here it is friend. Here it is eating God. Yeah, products are not so, her products are not so, what would you say, unique per se. Yeah, she sells eyelashes, makeup, all those stuff. Okay, and she's a big time influencer in YouTube and Facebook, I think. Yeah, influencer is here, connections is here. Yeah, you see this, all the friends over here, this indicates influence and connections. Of course, she went into the business when she was in the IR pillar. Okay. Now, beauty and makeup. When you look into beauty and makeup, when you're doing a makeup for somebody or anything like that, you have to have some sort of end vision in your sphere, right? Because you cannot be putting one eye purple and the other eye green, right? When you're doing beauty and makeup, right or wrong? You have to have the palette ready, like, okay, the pink eyeshadow will match the gold eyeshadow, and the pink blush will go with the rose color lipstick or whatever it is. You need to have some kind of, color coordination working out for you. Or you might be going for the grunge look, or you might be going for the punk look, or you might be going for the alien look. Okay, but whatever look you're going for, you need to have some sort of vision. You need to know, okay, this is going to work with this. This is not going to work with that. Yeah, some color coordination, some kind of vision is necessary when you're doing makeup. Yes or no? Ladies, please. Even the males can reply, yeah? Because, I mean, the men are the ones who see the ladies with the makeup, right? So they'll know better. Yeah, so color coordination is required. Some kind of vision is required when you're applying the makeup. It has to coordinate with the dress you're wearing or the clothes you're wearing. You cannot be wearing a pink color dress and then have black makeup all over, because that's too contradictory, right? So this requires vision. And in this case, do you see how the chart is filled with IR? IR, IR, IR. Product is here, EG and EG, okay? It's completely IR, the chart. And that's when she started the company, 2013, when she was in this luck pillar. And she's an influencer. Yeah, her way of marketing is by influencing people, by connecting with people. So big time YouTuber, big time Facebook, Instagram. All right, that's where everything happens. That's where she made her business grow from 0 to 550 million. She used to work at someone else's salon prior to starting her own products. She started her own eyelash. She started with just the eyelashes because she was tired of using eyelashes which would fall off, which were not good quality. So that's how she started off. And now she's added on a lot of makeup also. So when you want to become an influencer or a connector of sorts, friend comes to play. Friend or a wealth. Yeah. For social media. If that's your way of marketing your product and making money. In this case, if you look at Sarah Blakely's chart, it's different. It's hurting officer, DRIR, yeah, and then Rob Wealth. So she's selling in different stores and she also has her own stores. She's sharing her profits with the people who are selling her products. Yeah, so this is again Rob Wealth. She's more sales oriented, that is HO. More brand conscious, that is HO. In the case of Huda Beauty, this one. In the case of Huda Beauty, she's not so brand conscious as much as running her business through connections. Okay? You're getting the difference? You're getting the difference? Yes, no? Okay. All right. So now we move into what is where. Now, when it's in the year and month, you are well known. When it's in the day and hour, you're not so well known. You're mostly a homemaker kind of a person. So let's go back and see if these two have it in the month and the year. Yes, they do. They have the IR, the front, IR, the friend, and the EG in the month. And then she had an LP of IW and IR. Basically, this is funding for her business. She got the funding for her business and she got the vision for her business during this time. Yeah. And why there was a change is because this one was a combination. Here there's a combination happening. So half combination. So the changes took place during that phase. And then when you go back to look at Sarah Blakely's chart, you will find again, all the stars are there in the month and the year. So now what you have to do is you need to look at your month and year stems. Look into your month and year stems and see whether you have these stars or not over there. Come on, quickly check. All of you quickly check. Pick up your chart and just check. What do you have there? Just check. Okay. Just check. What do you have there? Okay, somebody is really typing. Okay. What do you have there? What are the stars that you have there? Okay, this is for men also. Yes, you can check, Robert. Not just for females, this is for men also. Yeah, HO friend 7K IR. Okay, sorry. EG 7K IR, DW IW 7K. Lian, are you doing any business? If not, you should think about it. Sorry, you're more towards a freelancer. Catherine IR 7K. Okay, business. RW 7K IR. Okay, business. 7K IR friend. Connections, business. RWEG, RWHO 7K IR. Oh, a lot of you have the possibility of starting your own business, or you all have ideas. If you all have ideas, then you should start off your own businesses. Yeah. Okay. So next thing is like I said, you'll have to check your year and month. If you find it in your year and month, you'll be well known for what you do. Okay. If not, then day and hour. So, okay, we check if you are more for freelancing or a job. Okay. Now, the next one is freelancers. What do freelancers do? They exchange time for money. They work contractual, project-based. They have specialized skills, low risk appetite. They have connections. They have to have connections, otherwise they cannot do freelancing. Yeah, and they have to have a vision also, because if they don't, then what are they going to freelance? Okay, because they have to understand what is happening and then deliver the product which the client wants. So they have to be able to see what the client wants. And to see what the client wants, you need indirect resource. Okay, so friends indicate connections like we saw. RW in the freelancer case would indicate competition. Okay, freelance is already one person working solo. Now, there's a slight difference between solopreneurs and freelancers. How many of you know about solopreneurs? These are people who work alone. Yeah, they're running a business, but they're doing it alone. All right. Whereas your freelancers they don't have a business. Okay, as in they don't have a system or anything. It's just people call them up and They are for hire. If you find freelancer in Fiverr, Upwork, all those places, you'll get a lot of freelancers who do work for you based on time and money. All right. They need to have hurting officer or eating god, because that indicates the skills, whether you have the skills or not. What kind of skills, how to utilize the skills, all those are like you have to go deeper and deeper and deeper. But at this level, at a basic level, in a 1 hour webinar, HO and EG represents skills. IR represents vision. DW and IW basically indicates the earnings. And 7K, again, even though not so great, but it is a consultant. Yeah. The 7K is basically a consultant. If you were to be a counselor, you would have to be more on the friend side, friend or IR. Yeah, friend is better for a counseling person. Consultant is always a 7K. HO is also a consultant, but HO is more problem-based consultancy, in the sense, while doing the project, if you land up with a problem, HO will find the solution. 7K is hired to solve this problem. HO will be hired for the skills, and in the case you run into problems, HO can solve the problem. 7K is hired to solve problems right from the beginning. Okay, it's like, this is my problem, solve it. That's why 7Ks are excellent as consultants. They have the ability to solve problems very fast. All right, and they can see the solution very fast, especially if they have IR also, because IR, like I said, is vision. So they can see what is happening, and they know what is happening, and they know what will be the solution for this particular problem. Okay, DW and IW obviously represents the money. Anybody who's doing work, especially if they're exchanging time for money, then DW and IW represents money. Okay, DW in this case is lesser favored than IW. DW is less favored than IW. Okay, because DW is constant, regular earning. Regularly, you're earning the money. Whereas when you're a freelancer, it's not regular earning. You're not earning regularly. It's like today you have a project, tomorrow you might not. Day after tomorrow again you got a project. So that's more IW than DW. Okay, HO and EG, like I said, is skills or your creativity or your solutions. And friend is obviously the connection. Now, freelancing also, it matters. If you're doing writing, okay, like copywriting, stuff like copywriting or proofreading or, designing, then HO and EG is more favored than 7K. All right, 7K is more like, you have some kind of problem and you invite them. Okay, so now where do you need to find them? How many of you can guess that? Twice I've showed you. Okay, how many of you can guess where do you need to find these stars? Should it be in the year and the month? Should it be in the year and the month? If you are a freelancer, IRHORWEG, yes, year and month. Look at it, because sometimes you might not be an entrepreneur, and sometimes another thing you have to remember, they overlap. They overlap. So then you need to think about whether you want to go this route or that route. That means you have choices. Yeah, we human beings always have choices. It's not like, okay, you have to do this particular thing. All right, in Bazi you always have choices. So if your skill sets are overlapping, then you can utilize both. Yeah, maybe you start off freelancer.
Am I the only one who cannot hear you?
Can you all hear me?
Oh.
Can everybody hear me? Just type a 1 if you can't.
Oh, okay. Now I can.
Sorry, you can't hear me? Okay. Suddenly, Shubrata was like, okay. Can you just mute yourself, Shubrata? Yeah, okay. All right. So basically, I forgot where I was. All right. So basically, where was I? Can anybody remind me where was I? I forgot. Okay. Just unmute yourself and remind me. Okay, doesn't matter. So basically with friends, connections is very important. And sometimes your skill sets could overlap. In the sense, you might see that you have freelancing stars also, and you have entrepreneur stars also. Now, if at the moment there is no way you can get funding for your business, all right, then you can start off at the freelance level. and move up to the entrepreneur level when the timing is right. Because there is a particular timing when you can raise funds. Okay, you have to know where you'll get it, where you can get the funds, how to get the funds, when you'll get the funds. Okay, that's a section I'll be covering in my Transform Your Work. But anyways, here you have to understand that if they overlap, then you have to select which position is better for you to start off right now. Okay, if there is a clash, if there's a combination, you have to check all those also. If none of them are happening in a negative way, then maybe you start off at the freelance level, or maybe you start off at the job level, and then maybe you climb up to become an entrepreneur. Okay, and then maybe you start your own business. So the path is different for everybody, but the stars might be same. Okay, now if you are, again, the stars are in the year and the month, you're well known. If day and hour, now in this case, since you're a freelancer, if you have it in the hour or the day, it'll be small projects. Okay, the projects might not be very large. It might not be, $1 million projects, and it might not even run into $100,000, but in the thousands. Okay, $1,000, $2,000, $10,000. So you can do small projects. Now, small projects doesn't mean that you don't have money. Yeah. Okay, one of the I think top 10 richest man has a small office. Even your Richard Branson, Virgin Atlantic, even he has a small office. He runs from his business from his home office. Okay, and it's not just today. It's not after the pandemic. He's been doing it for a long time. Okay, so small office or small projects doesn't mean less money. It just means that you need to look at smaller projects instead of bigger projects, because the stars are available in your hour. Okay, day and hour. And if interested, you can still be a homemaker. Okay, year and month, you're well known. Basically, people know you, they come looking for you. Day and hour, you might have to push yourself. Yeah, you might have to promote yourself a little bit, because people don't know you much. You are only known within your inner circle. Remember, we looked at that chart where I said day and hour is internal life and month and year is external life. So internal life is what? People who know you well will know you. Okay, in the sense your close-knit friends, your family members, they know you do this kind of work, and they might be the ones who might actually be hiring you for the work. Whereas year and month, it could be outsiders also. It will be mostly outsiders who will hire you for the work, and you're pretty well known in your sphere. All right, in your line of whichever line you are in. Now, for job holders, basically job holders work for an organization. Therefore, they need to follow the rules of the organization. Okay, so whenever rule following comes, just remember 7K and HO, they do not follow rules. They are not the rule following kind. So they are absolutely out of the picture if it is a job holder. And if you are a hurting officer and you are going for a job, then you need to ensure that you don't get into a fight with your direct officer, in the sense your boss. Okay, now they have salaried income, which is regular income. It's low risk because the money keeps on coming regularly. Your job, low risk in the sense somebody might say, okay, I could get fired, or, I could get furloughed. So yes, those are there, but it's not as risky as putting all your money into something and whether you don't know whether it'll work out or not. Okay, so it's low risk compared to being an entrepreneur or a business owner. Of course, the job holder has to follow rules, is role dependent in the sense like you need to have certain skill sets. So therefore, you can be in accounting, you could be a manager, you could be a legal service person, you could be a customer service person, marketing, sales, IT, HR, depending on what is required. Now, if you are going for sales, then here is where HO is required. Okay, here sales, HO is required. Even RW is good, but HO is required here. Now, both these guys do not like following the rules. Okay, so in any company or in any firm, if you've worked in any company or in any firm, you will see that the salespeople or the marketing people don't stick around for long. Very rarely will they stick around for long. They're continuously changing. I don't know how many of you have had the opportunity to work with a company or a firm. Yeah. Talking about the way you find these stars, overlapping. Okay, agree. Okay, I'm not getting it. So basically, when you look into the sales and marketing team, you see they don't stay in one place. They keep on moving. These are the people who will keep on moving. There's, of course, in a company, there's training also. There's a lot of departments, but these are majority of the departments you'll find in any company. Okay. So the reason why sales people and marketing people don't stick around is because of this HO and RW. Yeah, HO and RW have an issue following rules and regulations. This is rules and regulations. This is the policy maker. This is ensuring everything will work efficiently and profitably. This one is related to profits only. This one is efficiency only. Okay. And this one is policy. This one is connection. Okay, somebody please mute yourself. There's some background noise. Okay, so this one is again connection. Friend, you see, friend can work in a job. Friend can also do business. Friend can also stay at home and be a homemaker. It all depends on what the friend chooses to do, because the friend can fit in anywhere. Okay, so most of the times you'll see the friend. Whenever I'm talking about job holder, entrepreneur, all those people, you'll always see a friend, because they can fit in anywhere. And any which way, this person is our friend, is also a very good compliance person. Yeah. If you need a compliance guy in the office, friend is very good. Okay. Compliance officer. Yes. And then DW, like I said, is profit related. DO is efficient. DR is policymaker. F is friend, like I said, compliance, connection, all those things. Now, let's look at this person, Ginny Rometty. How many of you know about her? How many of you know about her? She was the IBM CEO. She was the IBM CEO. For a long time, she held the position. Yeah. Anybody heard about her? No? No. Okay. Sorry. Yes, sales is difficult. Sales people are always difficult. If you're working in HR, sales are the people who will always change. They don't stay in one job for long. The reason being HO. Okay. So now, Ginny Rometty, she was the CEO of IBM from Jan 2012 to Jan 2020. It was announced in 2011, Sin Mao year. Somebody has some background noise. Kindly mute yourself. Okay. All right. So in this case, when you see, look at this. Did we not just talk about DW? 1 second. Let me take a blue color. We spoke about DW. You see how these two come up in the stem. This is important. Yeah. You need to see what is coming up in the stem in the year and the month. When we do Q&A, I'll look into that. But this is important because this indicates what you'll be known for. Remember, I said this is the first pillar people see. And this is the first thing people see in you, and what you are or who you are or what they see you as. So if in your stem you have a DO, a DW, or a DR, then doing a job is something which you should think about. Okay, not in the branches, in the stem. Okay, now when you look at her chart, when you look at Ginny Rometty's chart, you see DO is what she was born in, and she has a DR. It conforms to all three, DW, DR, and DO. In traditional times, these three were known as the officials or the officers. Okay, they were allowed to work in the king's court. Because why? They followed the rules. Unlike the 7K who would go and break all the rules, or the HO who would go and break the rules, these guys follow the rules and they ensure everybody else follows it too. So traditionally, these 3 gods, 10 gods, are known as the officials or the officers. And she has all 3 of them. Can you see all 3 of them over here? The DO, there's the DO, there's the DR, there's the DW, and there's another DW. Okay. And when did this happen? 2012. Okay. Sin Mao year, which was a DRHO year for her. And this one, you see, the DO, it clashes over here, bringing in the change. She worked in IBM for a long time before she was promoted. In fact, I posted this yesterday, and I asked Richard, Shubrata, Reena, I was like, there's a clash, and she got promoted. And she stayed here, huh? She stayed in this position during the whole time of the clash. Didn't get removed. So all of you fearful of the clash, since you all said that you all know Bazi, and we are just like 30 people here. So who would like to take a guess why she got promoted? Unmute yourselves and speak. Think, people. I make people think. Why she got promoted? Sorry. Why she got promoted? Think. Back to the chart. All of you all think. Unmute yourself and speak, or you can type in the chat. Yeah. There's a clash. You can see the clash, right? The ox.
Because of the clash and the Roulette that bring a connection. Clash change.
Okay.
Change. And the Roulette is a connection.
Clash is what?
Clash is changing.
Yes. Okay. Clash is change.
Roulette is a connection.
Wealth is connection. Okay.
And there is the direct resource and direct officer too that put outside.
You're talking about this direct resource?
Yes.
And this direct resource.
And direct officer.
Okay. And direct officer. Okay.
So,
this one is a half combo. Yeah. This one is a half combo. Yeah.
Okay. Yes.
Yeah. This one is half combo. And this one is a clash. The ox and the goat is a clash. In this case, the ox and the goat clash will take place first, and then the half combo. Or you can say, okay, half combo takes place and the clash. So half combo basically indicates, because this is the company you work for. Okay. It indicates the company is going through some changes. Here, it indicates company is going through some changes because there's a combination. But my question is, how come a promotion to being the CEO of one of the largest IT companies, when there's a clash?
Because clash meaning changes.
Clash bring change. Okay, fine.
Yes.
Somebody said, what? Year, month. Okay, 1 second. Somebody, you can unmute yourself and talk about the where you find the stars. Okay,
Because
wait.
there is a graveyard of fire. No. Fire is the storage of wealth.
Think of this, Fabio. I'm just telling you. Yeah. Think of it. Both are DOs. Both are DO. But there's a clash. Okay, everyone's got, Sari's got her hand on her head.
Bring outside this
Yes.
The clash move.
And here it's a counter, yeah? The quay, if you see the rob wealth, it counters. The yin water counters the yin, this thing. That's a counter. Okay, come on, everybody think. You all said you all know Bazi. July, Clash opened the storage. Storage was relief. Clash opened the storage. Okay. All right, agreed. But Clash opened storage, but then what happened? Even if it opens storage, it lets out what? If you open the storage, you let out HO, you let out DW, you let out what's in DR, and you let out RW. Doesn't happen. Nothing happens here. Where is the DO? To be promoted to CEO level, you have to have good DO, DW, and DR. This one already under attack. DW under attack. This one combined. Okay, a little bit more metal form, but metal is not going to transform and become metal because this one is summer month. So put on your thinking caps and think. Clash open storage, storage was relief. Anybody? Kang, you want to try? Okay, Kang is missing. Okay, Laura, you said storage. Okay, let me now show you something. This is a clash, agreed? Everyone agrees on that, right? The clash is of what? Yin earth. Both are yin earth. This is a discussion I had somewhere, I don't remember, but there was some question about the ox and the goat having a clash. Okay, now when the ox and the goat clash, it's basically yin earth and yin earth clashing. When two yin earth clash, what happens? When two yin earth clash, what happens? Do they eliminate each other? Do they eliminate each other or do they add on to each other? Eliminate each other or add on? They add on. Yes. DO double in power. Yes. Now you get it? So even though there was a clash, because as soon as she took over, right after that, there was a problem with the company and there was some issues she had to face. But the thing is, because there was double DO, you see the clash, the earth increased. As soon as the earth increased, her name went up. But there was also a half resource combination over here, which helps the chart. It's the UG, kind of the UG for the chart. All right. So this half combination also made metal. You see the year was metal. Even though it clashes here, even though it clashes with the rooster over here, it's still the metal rabbit year when it was announced that she'll be the CEO. Okay. Everyone got that, or it just flew all over your heads? Did it just go whoosh like that, or did it stick somewhere here? Okay. All right. So next chart, let's look at some of the charts. So if you find these kind of stars in your year and month, it's better you go for a job in depending where you find the stars, yeah, because it can be an SME, it can be a MNC, it can be anything else. But if you find it in the hour or the day or the hour would be a SOHO or a small office, home office. Okay, small office. Here it could be an MNC or an SME, depending on where you find the stars. Day and hour would be SOHO. Okay, a small office, not an MNC or an SME. Or SME basically means small and medium-sized enterprise. Okay, now let's look at some exceptions, because why we are looking at exceptions, like I said, I've given you a set of stars. These stars represent this particular job and how you can do the job, yada, yada, yada. But now there are certain exceptions to the rule. Like I said, when the stars overlap, you can have people who are doing two things, or sometimes they jump from one to the other. Okay, this one is Mary Barra. She's still the CEO of General Motors, and she started in Jan 2014. It was announced in December 2013, and she's born in the year of the snake. Well, sorry, not born. It was announced in the December 2013, which is the year of the snake, water snake. Okay, now when you look at her, she doesn't conform to your normal DR, DW, or DO status. Okay, has a friend over here. Okay, but generally it's eating God. Okay, but 2014 or 2013, she was in this LP, which is the DO over here. Over here also you see DO. And over here you see 7K. All right. Now, when she joined, I think they had to call back. It was in this LP or in this LP that they had to call back 30 million cars. Okay. When they call back 30 million cars, it means there was a product fault. And then there was a case against her also. And how she went up from being a person in a VP level, in a lower level, like a D level person, to being a CEO or the C-suite, is she started off in product development. She started off in product development. Can you see this now? Eating God. Eating God is what? You create something, right? So she was in product development, and she reduced some 7 or 8 things which reduced the production time by a lot of, and it reduced the production money also required to produce a car. Okay, so basically to produce a car, they share resources and then something is shared. So she reduced the time and she reduced the production cost by developing certain product in the company itself. So she added value to the company by developing something for the company. So where she used eating God. All right. But here, if you see, it was only when she reached her DO did she get her promotion. She didn't get it prior to that. Okay. Now, this one is Lisa Su. She is CEO AMD. How many of you know what AMD stands for? Do you all know what AMD stands for? No? You all use computers? Okay. So AMD processors, have you not heard of that? Semiconductors, processors. Yeah, your computers, they could have AMD processors. Okay. So not many people have heard of AMD. All right. So she is a company, she is the CEO of AMD since October 2014. Again, we see Eating God and IR being used. Okay, she's got some awards because she did some known for silicon on insulator design, known for semiconductor design. So she's basically a person who's a creative person, scientist by nature. Okay, when you look at it, this is IR, this is EG. There is no DO, DW, there's only one DW here. And when she reached the DR, did she get the promotion and become the CEO of the company? She still is the CEO of the company. Okay, now most of them, when you see, there's either a combination, this one's a combination, if you see, there's a change, but this one's a clash. Most of them, when you see the change occurring, you'll see a combination or a clash happening. Even in the previous one, if you see, right now she's going through a clash. There was a combination here. Okay. How many of you know that the snake and the ox is a combination? You all know that? Do you all know that the snake and ox is a combination? Yes.
Yes.
Yeah, do you all know that? So snake and ox is a combination. And now she's going through horse and rat clash. Okay. Coming 2026, how many of you want to predict that she will step down? How many of you want to predict? 2026 is Bing Wu year. Horse year. Do you want to predict that she'll step down? Or do you think she'll step down prior to that? Come on, try, people. If you don't try, you will not learn, Bazi. I pick up this chart so that you can learn.
2024, there is a destroy.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, right.
2024, you're talking about the dragon year.
Destroy, yes, destroy with chow, with ox.
Yeah, but there's also a combination here. Okay, she might happily quit at that time. But if she doesn't happily quit in the dragon,
Combination and arm.
haha,
Combination and arm and destroy. Combination arm. So will be a difficult year because all the pillars are interesting, or at least 3 pillars.
So where is the problem? The problem is between IR and DR. Destruction with dragon would be IR and DR. Okay, some of you know that, some of you don't. So problem will be related to what? Information. Information and decisions in the dragon year. But I think she will step down and change jobs in 2026, which is a yang fire horse. Because it's a direct clash. And plus it's a harms here. 2026, or could be 2024, like Fabio has said. Anyone else has got any ideas when she might quit?
2026 is worse than 2024.
2026.
Arm
2026 is horse.
Arm, destroy and clash.
Yeah, this one is clash. This one is harm. And this one is destruction. And so could be for health reasons also that she quits.
She's
But
married.
not too sure. I think so, yes. Now 2024, this is a combo. This is a destruction. And this is a harms. So my bet is on 2026. She might quit in 2024, but I don't think so. Probably 2026, because it will also end her luck phase here. You see, it's still 2026. Over here, it's still 2026. Okay. Now we have the other one, which is your Lisa Sue. We looked into her chart also. Then we have a third one. How many of you have heard of Bumble? Tinder, Bumble. Oops, wait. Tinder, Bumble. How many of you have heard of that? Tinder? Tinder, yes. Okay. Bumble? Bumble, no? This lady opened her IPO and is the youngest billionaire, youngest female self-made billionaire, 2021. She was listed as that. And she listed her IPO with her son carrying her 18-month-old son in her lap. Yeah, when she rang the bell. Okay. This is Whitney Wolf Hurt. She is the founder and CEO of Bumble, and she was one of the founder members of Tinder. But Tinder didn't work out for her. She left Tinder because she had some issues, or that's what's written in Wikipedia and the news and whatever. She even filed for some sexual harassment case against Tinder. I don't know what happened to that. Anyways, so she went on to make an app which is called Bumble, which is more women friendly, according to her. And then she went on to list. She started in December 2014, and I think in 2021 in Feb, her company got listed, and she launched her IPO in 2021, which made her net worth now is 1.5 billion. Okay, now you see, she's the founder. Founder basically means what? Founder basically means she had the idea for the company, which means she had an initial idea, which puts her in the entrepreneur bracket also. So this is where you see the entrepreneur becomes the business owner also. Remember, I said some charts, they will overlap. Nobody has a pure chart. Nobody has a chart which, like today, I'm like, it's a pure chart of a job holder. Yeah, Tim Cook, Apple CEO, he has it. But till now, I haven't seen. Most are mixed. Most are mixed, as in freelancer mixed with job holder, or you'll find a job holder mixed with an entrepreneur. In this case, you find the entrepreneur and the job holder, as in the business owner. What do you need? DW. Yeah, then you have IW. Then you have DO, IR, and then you have the 7K over here. Okay, this one is the entrepreneur, this one is the entrepreneur, this one is the entrepreneur. Okay, let's just write E, E, E. This one, the year stem, the DO is the job holder or the business owner. This one also, DW is job holder or business owner. So you see how the chart has a mixture of both the stars, where she's actually doing her business. At the same time, she had the idea. This is the idea. This is the idea. She had the idea. And then she went on to create the business, IW. And now she looks after the business. She went on to create the business, which is 7K and IW. And then she runs the business now, which requires DO and, which requires DO and DW. Can you see the DO and DW here? Yeah, so DO and DW. And when did she start this business? When she was in DR, in DRLP. Okay, she was in the DRLP, RWDR. So therefore, RW again to raise funds was easy for her. To raise funds was easy for her. IR again, raising funds is very easy for people with IR. They can raise funds easily. Okay. Any questions till now? Yes. Okay. So loads of you have heard about Tinder. Yeah, right. So anyways, if you have enjoyed till so far, like how many of you enjoyed so far? Type of 1. You saw the job holders, you saw the entrepreneurs, you saw the homemakers, you saw the business owners. Yeah, so far so good. Okay, so now basically I would like to introduce to you a program which I will be doing on 18, 19, 20th and 21st of August. Okay, so we'll be hosting a program on Transform Your Work, which deals with all these kinds of charts. And we study further on. We take a deep dive into work life. Okay, for job holders, for business owners, for entrepreneurs, for freelancers. So on 18th and 19th August, we'll be hosting Transform Your Career, which will include basically identifying your potential, whether you should do a job, whether you're a consultant, whether you're a coach, whether you're a counselor, a solopreneur, an entrepreneur. Remember I said, like, we have different slabs. If you have the entrepreneur star, but you don't have the funding at the moment, you can start at a job level or as an entrepreneur. Okay, entrepreneur. And then you move up and become an entrepreneur. So we'll also be talking about designing your profile, as in looking into what are your pluses and your minuses. Okay, selecting your industry, then where to work. Where will you make the most money? Should it be an MNC? Should it be an SME? Should it be a family-owned business, or should it be a small business? How to be prepared for career changes, and when can you change your job profile, when and why should you change your job profile, and then your leadership style, you finding your mentors, people skills, basically knowing the people who you work along with, then asking the right kind of increment. A lot of people don't know this. They think increment is end result is salary, but it's not always salary. Certain years you can make a lot of bonuses. Certain years perks can be great. Certain years you could ask for options. If your firm offers it, you can also ask for stocks or shares if your firm offers it. And knowing your organizational potential, like, are you a C-suite level person like Lisa Su, or you look at Lisa Su, and then there was Sarah Blakely. Sarah Blakely is an entrepreneur, of course. Then there was another person, Ginny Rometty. So are you that kind of material, or are you V level, B level, or D level? I do not know if you are aware of all the organizational levels, but there are generally in a company, they have different levels. The C level being the highest. Yeah. The C level is the highest, then you have the V level, and then you have the B and the D. Okay, so which one are you made for? Looking into your Bazi chart, it is possible to say which one you're made for and how much further you can push yourself to go to the next level. Okay, and for freelancers, there's of course the identifying your potential clients. Very important for freelancers, because you shouldn't be working with everybody. Okay. Now, there's also Transform Your Business, which is for business owners and entrepreneurs on 20th and 21st of August. So we look into, whether you should be an entrepreneur or a business owner. It's slightly different. Sometimes entrepreneurs are not good business owners. They need different CEO. They need a different person to run the business. And sometimes the business owner is not an entrepreneur. They need someone else to be the entrepreneur. So, or do you have both? Like the last example we saw, okay, of Wolf Herd, she has both. So therefore, she could do both. Now, identify your market. As a business owner or an entrepreneur, you need to identify your market, whether you have a global market, a national market, a regional, or a state. What's your maximum potential? Where can you reach your maximum potential? And what's your business size? Now, when we look into the job holder side, we look at where you should be working. When you're looking at it from a business owner perspective, you look at what size should my business be? Should it be an SME? Should I go global? Should it be a micro business? Should it be a small office, home office? What should I do? Okay, and even business owners and entrepreneurs have their own kind of leadership style, which differs from the job holders. Then hiring the right people, very important, because if your employees don't work, then your business is going to go down the drain. Retaining your employees is also very important. Like Sari over here, she was an HR manager, and she'll tell you that retaining employees is quite a task, especially for the HR people. They need to think of ways to keep the good ones. Yeah, because if they go away, then the company goes down again. Because training employees is a big task. I don't know how many of you have worked with companies or have worked with MNCs or SMEs, but training employees is a huge task. And they don't want to be spending that much of money on people who are not going to stay with them. Okay, as a Bazi consultant, if you're hired by a company, that's what you'll be asked to do. Okay, you are supposed to tell them which one will stay, which one is good for which job, how should I, put them, how should I place them inside my company so that they work to their full potential. Then funding your business is very important. because you need funds as a business owner or a freelancer or an entrepreneur. You're not going to be putting your fund into the business. Okay, very rarely do they do that. Initially, maybe a little bit, but most of the time you need to find funds. So where will you find your funds? Yeah, how much will your family give you also? Or is it your husband or your spouse? So you need to find your funds. There's banks, there's VCs, there's a lot of people, there's the venture capitalists. There are a lot of people who give you funds, but which one and when? Where should you go and when? Okay. And the best business model. The best business model is basically based on your 10 day stems, because certain models are preferred by certain day stems. Yes, day masters. Franchisee model, distributor model, premium model, B2C model, or do you do B2B model, or would you prefer brick and mortar model? So this is what I'll be teaching on 20th and 21st of August. So basically, if you sign up by 2nd of August, you get $197 off. So you have the option of selecting just career or just business. Okay, so if you select career, that is $297. You get 2 days live class, 6 months access, slides, cheat sheets, audio notes, and 1 month Bazi software. And if you go for both career and business, that is where you're getting $197 off. And this is valid till 2nd August. Here, it'll be 4 days live class, which is 18, 19, 20th, and 21st. You get 6 months access, slides, cheat sheets, audio notes, 1 month Bazi software. And there is the third option, which you can go for, is you can just do transform your business, which is for 2 days again, and it's $397. You get 2 days live class, 6 months access, slides, cheat sheets, audio notes, and 1 month Bazi software. So if you're interested, you can check out www.10drunacademy.com/transformwork. Just a second, I'll give you the link in the chat. Just a second. And after this, we'll do your Q&A. Yeah, 1 second. If you are interested, you can check out this link. You have till 1 second. You have till 2nd of August to sign up and decide. But here's the thing. If you want to sign up, then do sign up before 2nd of August, because no one is teaching you so much in depth in work. Okay, I've worked in a lot of places, a lot of firms, a lot of companies, and that's how I've come up with this course. Whatever you see in the course, whatever the topics are that will be covered, is something I've worked on and have been paid for. Okay, over last 21 years, 22 years now. So if you're interested, then do go check out www.10drunacademy.com/transfer-work. And now we come to Q&A. So how many of you have questions? Questions? Any questions, anybody? No questions? Nobody has any questions? Raise your hand if you have any questions. No questions? Okay, that's funny. There's nobody asking any questions. Okay, 1 second. So anybody has any questions, you can just raise your hand or type it in the chat if your microphone is not working. No questions? At all? Did I teach that well? Okay. All right. Some of you asked some questions during the chat. Just let me check. Will there be a replay for today? I missed the film. Yes, we'll have a replay. I need to see the replay. Okay, everybody needs to see the replay before asking their questions. All right. Nobody, no questions? Laura needs to see replay. Sorry, can't hear you. Can you just off topic? Does the program bring women to period 9 compliant? Richard, I didn't get your question. Tinder Bumble lady, would sexual assault risk appear in her chart to have forewarned her? Which is why we are not focusing, not just focusing, but we are also looking at the year pillar. Is it because the company is also considered as year pillar? Yes. You see, besides year pillar, Haman, can you, do you have your chart here? Yeah. Okay, you cannot. Can you post your chart? Besides the year pillar, yeah, the pillar is different. You should look at the stem. The stem is where people recognize your skills. The stem is what is visible, remember? For a company to hire you or for anybody to come and invest in you, Bing Chen year, month, run Chen, okay? And your day master. Oh yeah, you're a Bing. Am I right? You're a Bing? I remember. Okay, so Bing, friend. Friend and 7K. What do you work? You are working somewhere or your own business? Own base. You operate a lot on connections? Yeah? Because your connections are very important. Your connections, and at the same time, you do have a risk appetite, or it seems like you have a risk appetite. Okay, but it's not rooted because internally it's DO. If you see internal, it's DO. External is 7K. So what people see is the risk appetite, but actually, you are very calculated. All the risks you take are very calculated. Is it correct? Yeah, and you have a lot of eating God. You have a lot of eating God. Yeah, a lot of eating God. So you are creating something. Are you creating something? If yes, then okay. So then you're fulfilling most of it. You're fulfilling most of it. Okay, but your skill sets or what you're known for is your 7 killing and your friend. That is what people see. So if I'm teaching and consulting Chinese, ETA in China, okay, you are in China, okay. Oh, you're teaching metaphysics, is it? Oh, that's nice. In China? Oh, that's nice. To the Chinese people? Yes, okay. That's nice. That's really nice. Melody, don't laugh, yeah? Okay, now I think somebody had in period 9 in power in terms of career or business, the program will transform women to period 9 compliant. Yes, it will. Because when we talk about charts also, you see in your chart, if you've gone to Chinese metaphysics, in Joey's software, he divides it, yeah? But in Chinese metaphysics, if you go below your chart, you'll find hexagrams. Yeah, so we'll touch upon that also a little bit during Transform Your Work program. In the Chinese metaphysics Bazi chart, you will find hexagrams below the pillars. Yeah, even men have them and even ladies have them, but we'll check those also when we do Transform Your Work. Yeah, that will be done. Yes. Yes, Richard, it will be. They like my more modern style than the old Sifu style. Okay, Herman, you're teaching Feng Shui? Or you're teaching Bazi? Which topic are you
He
teaching?
needs to unmute himself.
His microphone is still not working.
Okay. Hi, Elena.
So anyone else has any more questions? Sorry, would you like to ask a question? No? Okay. And all the new ones, nobody's asking any question and everybody is hiding. Bazi and FS basic level, good enough for now. Okay, cool. Good. We'll need to continuously upgrade for sure. Okay, Herman, nice to know. So anybody else has got any questions? Melanie, you got any questions? Melanie, Kang, Fran, or did it just go too fast?
No, it's very good. I'm just listening. I'm being quiet today.
I know.
Unusual.
So no questions, anybody? If not, then we can end for the day. Fabio, any questions? No questions. Okay, so the replay will be up probably by day after tomorrow. All right, because tomorrow we also have a Bazi class. So replay will be up by day after tomorrow. So if you all want to watch the replay, you can do so. But remember, when you're reading a chart, this is basic level. What I just taught you is basic level Bazi. In charts charts get more and more complicated, yeah? Like you saw in the case of the Spanx lady, in the case of the Bumble lady, in case of the AMD CEO, the General Motors CEO, when you look at them, they are different, but they're still CEOs. So are they doing bad job at being a CEO because they don't have those stars? Not really. They're still doing a good job. They're still bringing in the profits. Okay, so it's just that how they climbed up is different. So therefore, even if you have a mixture of stars, you can still use them. Okay, so you can still use them to your advantage. I'll be covering all this and more during my event. Yeah, thank you, Cynthia. So that's it for today. Thank you for being here. See you in the next session. All right.
It was
Okay.
great as always, Jayashree. Thank you.
Thank you. Bye-bye. Bye, everyone.
Bye, everyone.
Bye, everyone.
Bye,
Bye-bye.
Fabio. Fabio wants to know something.